Welcome to Lunch Break with Ariel Wang and Wang Gang, Lewis Patzner.
Wang Gang?
Going. And happy Chinese New Year and happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's a very busy week and happy anniversary, babe.
Happy
Sort
anniversary. Yeah.
We have like kind of a 3-day anniversary.
That's right.
Hung out.
Okay, hey, yeah, this is private.
And then our first date. Sorry. We totally had our first. Never mind.
I was going to say, live for a long time and get really rich.
Yes. 恭喜
Isn't
发
that-
财.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, that thing. Well, kind of in honor of Chinese New Year, I decided to do the most like anti-woke thing, which is sing a Beck song called Old Shanghai that's based on some pretty racist sheet music tropes, which is what a lot of songwriters based on, is this tradition of people playing music in the home, and so most music being released as sheet music rather than as recordings for people to just listen to.
Mhm.
And Old Shanghai, I was reading about it, borrows a lot of imagery from some very racist songs from before about white people teaching Asian people how to like do cool dances, and like how like white people went and like totally made the Asians cooler. And
Oh, like Last Samurai.
fuck Tom Cruise, for many reasons besides that.
I'm a Tom Cruise fan.
I hate Tom Cruise for many reasons.
She won't let me watch Mission Impossible.
Won't let you.
Sorry, she won't watch it with me.
Wow, those are totally the same thing. But you know, at the same time, it's a really good song. So I've always been a believer that part of, being addressing racial issues is not just being like racism bad, all racism, any mention of race, all race bad. There's like some level of dialogue needed, and it's, I think, all about respect and honoring people for what they've done, like Asian people for doing a lot of cool things without the need of white people. But at the same time,
Sure.
it's a really good song. So, the inner me is conflicted, but it's just a good song. So anyway, here's Old Shanghai from the Beck songwriter. When you're walking in old Shanghai, lanterns under the night sky, see the moon begin to rise, just like it did back home. Old men smoking in cafes, drunk boats floating in the bay. Think of me, oh, you're away in old Shanghai, with your lies, with no plans, your last dollar in your hands. Take a picture and send it back to someone you used to know. lanterns under the night sky. See the moon begin to rise, just like it did back home. All right. So, my favorite line in that song is the one about the lanterns, because at the end of Chinese New Year, there's the Lantern Festival.
Yep.
So everyone lights lanterns and goes outside and walks around, and there's just lanterns everywhere. So it's a very fitting image of, I think, Chinese celebrations.
Yeah.
Especially for Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Um,
We just got some Hunan Garden. It's on Grand Avenue, and it's kind of average Chinese food, but I would say their pot stickers were above average.
pot stickers, really good. And pot stickers and spring rolls and all of that are the perfect Chinese New Year food.
So is that not that's authentic Chinese food?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. Pot stickers, I mean...
What about Kung Pao chicken? I did get that the other day.
And it was gross. It had zucchini. Gross.
It's good for you. We need to eat more vegetables.
That is true, but we don't
So
have
that's
to eat more
that's
zucchini.
not authentic.
I don't think so.
They had this Szechuan fish special that I almost got, but it was like $20.
Oh. That's probably more authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say like some of the more authentic places, like the place that we go for like Szechuan food, Spices 3, they have some more, I would say, traditionally
Yeah.
very spicy
Sure.
and very specific types of spices. Like there's this thing called a numbing spice, where the spiciness is not like that burning sensation that you are used to. It's actually like a numbing, tingling
it's
sensation.
like its own flavor. There's savory, there's sweet, there's sour, and then there's this thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like I mean, this is...
Am I right? Oh, and there's spicy. What else is
there's
there?
like umami,
Umami.
which is like that I guess savory you already said. But there's like savory and salty.
Okay.
Which is
I
two
don't know
different.
anything.
But yeah, it's like, I would say it's like, you know that feeling when your like foot falls asleep and the blood is rushing back into your foot?
Sure.
It's a little bit like that, except I think not quite as intense and uncomfortable, but it's a little bit like that, but in your mouth and esophagus and stomach, which is what everybody wants to experience, I'm sure.
I think one
totally
time
selling this well.
I think one time my dad had that, and he thought it was MSG, and he was like, "This MSG is messing me up."
So didn't we have that when we were we had this
When we went to
Mission
Mission
Chinese?
Chinese with them? Yeah.
Yeah, and like nobody liked it. I mean, it's outside of
What do you
like
mean nobody? They didn't like it?
I
Maybe they did?
remember everyone being like, this is too much for me. Like it's
Oh, I
good,
don't
but this
remember
is just like, yeah, I remember pretty much everyone else at the table with me like, it's good, but it's just not really for me, which I think actually is not that surprising, because that numbing spice is not really something I think at least I've heard of outside of Chinese cuisine, and specifically like Szechuan cuisine. It's very unique
I like
to that.
Szechuan.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm into it.
Yeah. And so, you know, and so dumplings are considered good New Year's food because they're actually shaped in they're the same shape as Chinese money used to be. So it was like the more dumplings you ate, the more wealth you were taking in.
Yeah.
And I've already committed a few Chinese New Year faux pas. I took a shower today, which you're not supposed to clean yourself, especially your hair, the first few days of Chinese New Year's, because you're supposed to do all your cleaning right before.
So
and
then you can party.
So then you just like party for 3 days and accumulate all your wealth with all your prosperity and stuff, and then
NBO.
NBO. But that's your wealth. You're not letting your wealth of BO.
I'm with you.
And also, theoretically, you're not supposed to sweep. You're not supposed to go see a doctor. I mean, there's a lot of superstitions. I want to say it's Chinese New Year, but if you feel like you need to go to a doctor, go see a doctor.
This America.
But we're also both wearing red, which is
It's
the lucky color in Chinese New Year.
Yep.
So wear your red, go eat some dumplings and stuff.
It's right.
We used to have, before all of this quarantine and COVID stuff, we used to do these big dumpling parties, which I wish we could do. But I'm hoping that in September we'll be all vaccinated, since Biden just ordered an additional 200 million vaccines, which should cover every single American. That's like he's solidified enough purchases to vaccinate every individual in America, which is awesome.
Took him long enough.
Oh yeah, God, a whole almost 2 months.
Well, really,
Or
we should have
almost
had
1
those.
month
We should have had those already
office.
secured, and there were some bad decisions made by the previous administration.
Basically, he said that the previous administration didn't even keep track of how many doses they've actually bought, and then they were constantly overstating how many doses they had actually bought. So he said that just sorting out what the previous administration actually did took a little time.
Yeah.
And
Guys,
then he got to figure it out. So, anywho, so, come September, maybe we'll have some more music dumpling parties.
September?
Hey, what? All right. Well, moving on to the sort of more Valentine's Day-y portion of the show. This next song is one I wrote about a certain person that I've been with for many years. 6?
Something like that.
Something like that. But I like to say this is the first somewhat happy song I've ever written. I wrote a lot of angry, sad ish songs, and then I wrote this one about the non-cat other person sitting in the room. He's not a cat.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have a filter. Rode a train to the farmhouse where we grew love with kale and plums of gold. Wooden beams, sunlit seams between our bed windowsill. Lay me down in sheets of water and silk. Gently whisper words into my ears, melodies I breathe in bracket size, funnels of desire, swallow with our pride, through our bodies out into the sky. As children, the clouds were picture books every time we looked to rise helium and heat above and that is Farmhouse. I know I just realized I wrote in the text that it's Bandcamp Friday again today, and it's not. Sorry. But if you like,
still buy it.
You can still buy stuff.
Yeah. It's okay to support Bandcamp a little bit.
It's okay to support artists on Bandcamp as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, the poll result, people at first overwhelmingly favored Voldemort, and then it got closer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the end result was 60-40. 60% thought Voldemort was the better villain, and 40% thought Palpatine was the better villain.
That's the Emperor from Star Wars, yo. Spoilers for the prequels.
And Voldemort is the ultimate villain in Harry Potter, for all of you who don't know that.
He's mean. Voldemort, no good.
Voldemort, bad.
Yeah.
Palpatine, bad. So, Lewis, did you vote this time?
Nope.
So what would your vote have been if you had voted?
I think I would go for Palps because, I mean, he did it. You know what I mean? he turned it into. He realized his vision for a while. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Voldemort, he sort of didn't. You know what I mean?
I mean, he wreaked quite a bit of havoc.
He got pretty close, but I think Palps got further.
Do you? I mean,
yeah.
There always was rebellion, even when he had taken over.
Of course.
And so did Voldemort, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on which Wizarding War you're talking about. The first one when he tried to take over, or the second one when he tried to take over.
So the second one was less successful than the first one. Is that right?
Right. The second one was the Harry Potter.
So
series.
Are you saying you would have voted for him? Old
yeah,
Mr. Riddle?
Because I think what I think makes a good villain, at least within the context of a story, is someone who you know a lot about and can kind of see their trajectory and why they might have turned out the way they have.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're taking it from who was the more successful villain at what he's doing. I'm taking it from who's just who had the better story. And I don't know. I guess I didn't look into the backstories of Palpatine, so I don't really know how he ended up the way he is, and I don't find him like starkly kind of black and white character. He's just bad.
Here's what I think.
That's what I know.
Here's what I think. Voldemort is more of a racist thing. His platform is more of a racist thing. Palps is more about authoritarianism, and he achieves it under everyone's nose, as Amidala says, so this is how democracy falls, with thunderous applause. Whereas
Sounds familiar?
Whereas Voldemort is he has followers that are they're all about the pure blood magic stuff, right?
Right.
And I just think that is less of it's I know it's very real, but I think the authoritarianism threat is more real to our current world.
I would argue that they
go hand in hand. That's for
right.
Sure.
I would say that our authoritarianism is something that the average person is against, but a lot of people, say they're against racism, but then unconsciously or not, it's just practice because it's been so ingrained within our culture. I think racism, especially underlying racism that is harder to see on the surface, at least for someone who isn't a part of a culture that constantly calls it out. It's more of a tool used to gain authoritarianism, because Voldemort isn't anti-authoritarianism. In fact,
No,
he's
yeah,
very
no.
much for it. In
He
fact,
is.
like, sure, his platform is racism, but his ultimate platform is like, I am the ultimate authority figure and the most powerful because I deserve it. I'm the most powerful,
Yeah.
and I can't die,
Right.
supposedly.
Well, neither can Palps.
Yeah, but he dies. Well, they both die in the end.
Did he die though?
Oh, God.
He can transfer his consciousness to other bodies.
This is what kind of, so can Voldemort, at least with Harry.
Mhm.
Well, it's complicated. I like that he's just dead in the end. Because the idea of like an ongoing, like, one person is the ultimate, like, creator of destruction
Mm-hmm.
is just, I think it goes back to, it's a very false dichotomy, very black and white. It reminds me of in Wonder Woman, like the moment in the first movie, and I got this idea from Cinema Therapy, which is a YouTube channel I watch, and they were talking
Mhm.
about Wonder Woman and transformation, and they say one of the pivotal moments for her is when she slays the god of Ares, and she expects the war to just stop,
Sure.
and the war keeps going. And she comes to this realization that, like, Ares is, sure, maybe an influencer of violence, but or a bringer of violence in some ways, but ultimately the violence already like existed in humans
Mm-hmm.
without the need of Ares at all. And so, like, so she realizes humans are a combination bad. They have these tendencies within them, and for her, you know, that's enough reason to save to try to save humans, right? She says it's not about who deserves it, it's just they, you know, based on like whether they're violent or not. She's just like they just deserve to live because they deserve to live. That's just an absolute for her. So that's also why I don't like Palpatine. Is like, oh, you can always say it's not really human nature at all to be violent or to do things that are bad. It's just, you know, this one person. And
Well, no, but it's the whole Senate, even the Jedi Council. They're complicit in the Clone Wars, and the reason why Palpatine ascends to Emperor status is because people are drunk with the powers of war, right?
Right.
And well, anyway, so I think I like that theme more.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And just what, you know, what are the pitfalls of a society that celebrates a warlike culture?
Right. Well,
I guess we'll never know.
what do you guys think?
They already said they like Voldemort.
Well, but it was so close. Most of our polls aren't like 60%, 40%.
Oh, really?
And we got no comments down there right now, so that's okay. Well, our poll this week, make it a little lighter. Do you like spring rolls better or dumplings better? Because we need a break from all this. Like,
Now, we're talking deep fried spring rolls?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not talking about like a Thai
No. Or
fresh roll.
Vietnamese.
We're not talking about fresh rolls.
Yeah.
We're talking about spring rolls, like Chinese spring rolls.
Yeah. The deep fried shit.
And then dumpling, yeah, or dumplings, which is more of a steamed situation, or pan fried.
Let's say pan fried because that's just what most people know.
Sure.
But yeah.
Okay, pan fried.
Pan fried dumplings or spring rolls. And this is another Lewis inspired song called Into the Dark. My heart is on my sleeve, though I don't speak. At night we fill our glass, tea and wine. Daylight fills my mind with dreams upon dreams of waking up to morning. Paper colors fly from the branch where we walk, hand in hand into the dark. Sweet. Well,
All right. Happy Chinese New Year, everybody.
happy Chinese New Year. Happy Valentine's Day.
See you at next lunch break. We do this every Friday at noon.
Yes, every Friday at noon.
Yep.
Noon
Do our
to-
poll. Check Ariel's stories on Instagram and Facebook on Tuesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday. I've been kind of when I have a funny Layla video, then
Oh.
poll goes to Wednesday.
Check out that Layla video. It's
There's two of them now.
yeah.
They're
There's
both,
a series of Layla kind of not playing along while we're trying to record things. Or she is playing along.
She really wants to play along, but we're not letting her.
Yeah, well, right now she's sleeping on a couch. I wish I could show you.
Oh.
Actually, maybe we should do that.
Should
Just
we?
as you close everything down, I'll just kind of give the audience a little bit of a cat's eye view. Not a human's eye view of the cat.
A human's eye view of the cat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. Are you down with that?
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for
Okay.
the cat? Meow 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 meow
Is there
meow
anything
meow
else
meow
that we
meow
need to
meow
talk
meow
about?
meow 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 nope. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow. There's the kitty. Cat cam. Meow 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 meow. Alrighty. Until next time, folks. Goodbye from Layla.
It doesn't reach anymore.